Oh, mute yourself. Eat it separately. Let's get drunk.
We got.
Are you serious? All right, the poison for Cusco. The poison chose especially. Kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. Right. There you go.
He's in there defending Land Before Time.
He just said Land Before Time 3 is a priceless treasure.
It's a baby shark tooth Petrie. I'm Ducky, and I got a new voice actor because my dad's Chris Benoit.
Oh my god. Is that what happened?
Yes. Face of agonizing pain on Matt. He's already
Matt's drinking water.
I think that's kind of against the rules. He's not
You
supposed
just
to be
cheated,
doing
Matt.
that. He's already cheating. Oh, we're 15 seconds in. Matt's already cheating.
Godzilla's he's a motherfucker, and he will fuck you up. For somebody that's not drinking, I think that's a more than fair trade-off is to have a 5-hour energy. I don't know what that's gonna do exactly, but I think
I
it's
might
gonna.
die of a heart attack right here in the chair, so you know.
That's my biggest worry, but
I'll
you
be
know,
first with the rough craft.
we can unmute her. Oh, yeah, there. I didn't see you guys. I had a different screen pulled up.
You're all a piece of shit.
Okay, I'm glad you can say that to everybody else listening right now.
I like Teddy Roosevelt.
Because we are
Yeah,
live.
but he was before Jimmy Carter.
Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Okay, man. Best of luck.
Dude, whatever. I sip whiskey on a daily basis.
Yeah, it didn't fucking look like it a second
Take
ago.
shot. Dude,
Your dad is coming
you had
down.
a little cup of hot cocoa or something. A little tiny cup, and you're like,
I can't imagine this scenario. You've seen. Well, we'd like to thank you guys for coming checking out the Rough Craft, the show dedicated to creating new stories while enjoying a nice tasty beer. We like to make rough drafts while drinking good crafts. I am your host, Tom, and with me as always has been my best friend and co-host, Matt Clark. And as always, we will talk to you guys again at a later date and time. Thank you.
See you.
How's it going, Matt?
Oh, can we unmute now?
Yeah, you can. If there's anybody else in here, they can't. Hey, everybody, it's the Rough Craft season. What is it? Three, episode 1, 4.
Mm-hmm.
This is season 3, Matt.
We had a mini arc between. It was non-canon. I got deleted.
You talking about the very first one?
Yeah.
I was about to say it's not on the YouTube channel. I don't have it in the playlist that way. But hello, everybody. Thank you for coming check us out. It's Rough Craft Show. We talk about stories and drink some beers. We're going to be making a new story tonight. Got a new setup here. If you haven't noticed, let us know what you think about it. Hopefully you like it.
Look at the fine craftsmanship on that brick and molder.
Yeah, I did that by hand. That's why it's not as great as it could be, but it's pretty good. But yeah, we got links down in the description real quick. Just wanted to, we updated those, so go check it out. We have our Discord down there and our Facebook group as well. Those are the best 2 places to probably talk to us, even though we have other social media. We're not as active on those, but the group and the Discord. And come in, maybe one day you can get on the show. I don't know. Anything you need to talk about real quick or anything?
Not necessarily. Just happy to be back. Happy to be drinking nice PBR, the beer that started it all. In some cases. And,
yeah, I'm actually my secondary beer is one of these Coors Banquet beers, which is I've never had. I got it just because I wanted it. The bottle's cool. I like the bottle. It's like I'm drinking medicine. Alcoholics would call beer their medicine. But yeah, just a quick disclaimer. The stream has went through some changes, so there's a possibility that they got the Drunken Dog in the chat.
Drunken Dog's in the chat.
Go check out the Drunken Dog's YouTube channel. That's a good place to watch funny videos. But the disclaimer, there's probably gonna be some issues tonight. We're testing some stuff out live in front of people. So, but anyways, so let's go ahead and get the show going. Tonight we have probably our favorite guest. It's our best friend. Outside of
our best
Matt
friend
and myself,
together, but me and
yeah.
Kevin, me and Tommy are more best friends.
Oh, he about fucked up. Yeah. So let's go. Everybody, here's Devin. Say hello to Devin. and my fucking...
Oh, hey there.
There we go. I was really worried my key
You
bindings
thought I
were
was
messed up.
bitching.
No, not you. My key
Oh.
bindings fucked up again. No, I was just
Right.
hitting. Nope, they're working. I was just hitting the wrong button. So,
Well, thanks,
Alright.
Neil. Tommy worked very hard on it.
love the new design. Okay, see that's what my worry was. I mean, it's kind of a good worry. I was worried people would be like, I like the way things used to look, but then I could go back to that. It's not
No
too
one
much.
remembers how it used to look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, has it been that long? It's been like a
There's
month.
trailer.
Yeah, they saw it in the trailer. So yeah, we're gonna be just hanging out today, drinking some beers, the normal stuff, and then we're gonna be coming up with a new story, which I'll real quick before we get into the beers, I'll tell Devin what the story's about. Me and Matt, what he wanted to do is he was wanting to Matt and I was wanting to come in and see Devin doesn't write anything, but he's probably the best with grammar, for sure. We were gonna do Matt wanted to do an episode where we just talked about kids, since I just had a baby and they both have had a baby over a year old now, and I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to start off with more of a rough craft thing, so he had suggested us do a children's story similar to how Tolkien originally wrote The Hobbit, and then Devin and I was talking about James Bond one day, so I was like, let's mix those together. So we're gonna do a James Bond children's story. We're gonna do Baby Bond.
Baby Bond.
Baby Bond.
Okay.
So I thought you'd like that idea. Me and Matt's been sitting on
Yeah.
that for a week.
Pretty good.
So yeah, let's go ahead real quick and get into the beers. Some of the beers will be showing because I hit the wrong buttons already. There we go. So let's just go ahead and pull them all out. There we go. So I'll go ahead real quick. The beer I'm having tonight is a beer I've never had. It's a Victory Golden Monkey Belgian style Triple L. I don't know anything about it. It was the most expensive one at the store because it didn't have time to go to the good beer store.
Is it on the beer board? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Victory.
Is it on the beer board?
On the beer board.
That looks pretty good. Come on, hurry up.
Nice hazy IPA from Sweetwater. I was gonna do something else, but I think Sweetwater is a good beer to always have be a go-to. Let's go ahead and put that in a nice glass. Oh,
Yeah, I could-
using my rough craft.
You caught him.
Got me. But look at that, nice orange, blends in nicely.
Blends in good with your
It's like
RGB
shit.
TV back there.
Do what? I think I
Nothing.
bought this TV from you, actually.
What? Is that the monitor?
No.
Did you buy a TV from me?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I bought a TV from you.
I don't
I
know
think
what
I
he's
saw
talking about. Matt is a liar, though.
So, what you drinking, Devin? It's on the screen. It's in your hand. Yingling. All right, go buy one. I think I removed them. I think I
Do
removed
like
them.
a veterans thing.
Yeah, I couldn't get the image. I was too late to do that.
That means something to you.
Was it a veterans thing or for 4th of July?
It says
or both?
Team RWB. I guess that's red, white, and blue. So, I guess that's some type of veterans thing, which is not a bad thing. Yingling's been kind of on the forefront with that type of thing. The other one, they had like an Eagle thing, Eagle Foundation on the other can not that long ago. So,
Is Yingling even still an American beer?
yeah,
They
still are, yeah. I think, does Anheuser-Busch on them? No, they're on their own thing, right?
That's what I was asking.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you, who owns them?
Well, we can look it up. I have
Touche.
all the knowledge at my fingertips. Who makes Yingling, and why does Matt lie about TVs he bought?
I bought a TV from you.
I don't think you're going to be able to find that on.
Coors owns it?
Coors owns it?
I didn't know that. Molson's Coors, so Molson's is a Canadian. No shit.
Well,
I don't like Coors Light. I don't like it. It's too weird tasting.
No,
This is
let's go with the real
Coors
Red
Golden.
Light.
I prefer
But it-
Natty Light.
But it has the mountains. And it has the mountains, so you know when it's cold.
You know it's
so-
cold. Exactly. It's like, has this beer cold? Oh, thank God I can see. And I don't know if they still did that. My buddy's like, look at the can. It was like, I was like, oh, it still does. Plus, their can's not can size. It's like thinner and weird. Doesn't fit like in a thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Who wants to do that? And they don't even have the little air thing on the side anymore. Coors, step your game up, dude.
It's nice to finally have the show about the real point of why we're here.
Nice to finally take down Molson Coors.
Don't they have? Aren't they the ones with the bottles that have like the twisty neck to them or something? That,
No, who did? Who else did that? Was that them? Who had
I
the
think it
twisted
was
neck
them.
bottle?
I thought it was Natty.
No, fucking. They don't innovate on
But
anything.
it was
other
something,
than,
yeah, with the
How many
vortex
How
bottle.
many 90 ices are you down today?
Who Miller Coors owned it? Was it? Oh, it was Miller Lite. Yeah, they had the vortex.
Oh,
Coors
okay.
bottle. That's when we were like kids.
What? I mean,
Forgot
what's
about that.
teenagers? I think.
I mean,
Makes the beer go
we were
down.
in
Why,
our 20s.
why would that make it go faster?
Underage drinking here on the show.
No, I never drank. I remember the first time I drank a beer and like was like, this is good. It was a Miller Lite, and I was like, this is pretty good. I was probably like 14 or 15 in my parents' house,
Beer.
allegedly.
I remember.
Beer was a acquired taste for me. I didn't like it at first.
I tried one of my dad's Miller High Lifes and was like, this is not cool. When I was like 12 or 11, I was like, this is not good. And
Yeah,
then Miller Lite later on, I was like, this is delicious.
I remember doing similar stuff like that. Like I remember when I was a kid, I had a beer and it tasted like shit. It tasted like how carbonated water tastes to a lot of people. And then the very first time I enjoyed beer, you had actually got me a 6-pack of Rolling Rock. I drank the whole thing, and then after that, I liked beer. But I remember you would always get IPAs, and I'd drink them like, it's good. And you're like, I could tell in your face you don't actually like that.
I don't like them as much as I used to. I think
I still like
younger people
IPAs
did.
a lot.
I don't know, man.
IPAs a lot.
It's just they get them to the point where they're so bitter to where they're not good. It's just they just keep making as much IBU as we can, get it in there.
Yeah, that's the cool thing to do though.
I'm
IPA. It comes in a goblet glass.
I still like IPAs. I don't care too much for porters as much as I thought I would. Porters and stouts, they end up being
I love porters
too
and stouts.
strong. Yeah,
But
exactly. So
like wheat beer, unfiltered wheat, Blue Moon type beer.
yeah,
I used to love it. I hate it now.
yeah, I knew
I
that.
was 18. I used to love Blue Moon. I can't drink it. It's disgusting.
I'm starting to become not a big fan of IPAs anymore. I like sour ales.
That's what I just said, Matt.
Me too.
I
That's
hate-
what
I
he's
don't like
saying.
it.
That's what he's saying.
Solidarity.
Claire likes sours. I don't like sours or kolsches. I don't like any type of like whatever that is. I just don't. I like this. This is America.
Yeah,
Canadian.
that's
The
the
teacher lady, I said, only history started 1776, bitch. That's all I need to know.
that's the oldest brewed beer in America. I remember, wasn't it you that said that they saw somebody you said something about a Yingling and somebody's like, I don't drink any of that foreign crap.
Might have been my dad. For all I know, my dad goes, "There's Bush and there's Budweiser and there's Miller. That's it, son." I'm like, "Well, in 1970, yeah, like sure that was it, but now there's a little more." Back then there was Schlitz and Pabst Blue Ribbon, I guess. But
I don't think we've ever had
you
Schlitz.
Me neither.
All right,
It's funny.
So
it's
if-
Baby Bond.
if
He's
you
a baby.
guys, I
He's
like
like,
how you did that. That's what I was
Bond,
about to do.
give me a milk, shaken, not stirred.
Well, the only thing that I try not to like
We'll
pre-write.
talk about. Hey, what's your favorite James Bond movie, Tommy?
My favorite James Bond movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go.
List them in order of all 26. Which one's your favorite?
There's 26.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go with. Austin Powers is probably the closest thing to watching James Bond I've ever done.
I'm sure you've probably seen bits and pieces of GoldenEye.
Yeah, maybe that's one.
Yeah.
Is that Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah. Matt, can you name all the James Bonds?
I've never seen a James Bond movie.
Why the fuck are we doing James Bond if neither one of you have seen James Bond?
Because you have, and you can.
Yes, I've
It's
seen
just-
them all.
It's
the
a
story to it.
baby. It's just supposed to be. I mean, I know all the beats.
You know all the yeah, I guess.
All you do, you make a funny name for female characters, and
is he gonna sleep with other girl babies? That's weird. We don't want to do that.
I don't know. I was kind of worried
He
about
does that to get information. I guess we'll just do a spy movie, but it's a baby, like Boss Baby, but it's Spy Baby, I guess.
Here's what we'll do. We'll have the baby. We'll go to different moms and breastfeed from them, and that's how he will get the information.
He gets the information.
I mean,
He's like, and where is Blofeld? And he's like, breastfeeding.
But
She's
then
like,
it
"Oh, I'll
always
tell you.
it always goes terrible for him because he just ends up falling asleep the whole time.
You kind of just forced
Bond.
himself on women back in the day. Sean Connery did, and just
We
got
really-
information that way.
We really don't have to do Baby Bond. That was kind of more of a joke. I don't know what we can do with Baby Bond. The only thing I ever thought of for it, and it was just I try not to think about the show
It's
beforehand.
all the same.
But
What can you do?
I want him to go up to the door, knock on the door, and then James Bond answers the door, and he's like, "Are you Bond, James Bond?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm I'm Bond, Baby Bond." That's the only thing I want to do with it. So
The reason he
does
did
happen.
that and Dr. No is because the woman said, Trench, Sylvia Trench, and you are, and he goes, Bond, James Bond. He's like mimicking her, and then it became every single one after that. I don't know if that's how Ian Fleming wrote it or not, but yeah, that's why he says Bond,
Yeah.
James Bond.
It all worked out.
And he says it in every movie now.
Bond is so intertwined with society's subconscious that we can easily make a Bond movie without knowing anything.
Yeah,
about
you
it.
could just make a
Yeah,
spy.
yeah.
Yeah, it does have to be a Bond movie.
That's all it is, really, just a baby spy movie. And the baby in my head is James Bond's
Goldfinger
baby.
is really good, though.
And
And
he named the baby, or he didn't.
We're
name
going
him.
to write a
he's
James
Baby
Bond song.
Huh?
We're going to write a song to go with it because that's a big part of James Bond is the opening song.
We got an hour and 45
I got a
minutes
guitar
left,
there.
So let's just do it.
My favorite's Goldfinger. She goes, Goldfinger! Like, that's my favorite James Bond song.
That's
Live
a
and
good
Let Die's good. That's a good song. Is that Wings? That wasn't the Beatles, right? That was the Wings. That was Wings, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, actually, yeah, that is the Beatles. I was
was
trying to be,
James Bond.
I was trying to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll agree. But no,
Live and
it
Let
actually-
Die.
Live and let die. That's exactly how he sounds if James Hetfield sung it.
Let me see. Live and Let Die song.
what Bond is he going to
It
be?
is the
modeled
Beatles.
after? Is it going to be Sean Connery?
He's going to be his own
Bond?
because no other Bond is any other Bond. They're all their own Bond.
No, was it? No, it's just Paul McCartney and Linda. He wrote it with his wife, Linda, when he was in Wings in 73. Yeah, so he wrote that for Live and
You
Let Die, the
see?
movie.
I had no idea what Wings was, so.
Wings did Band on the Run. You've heard that song. Band on the Run.
Well, I mean, just because I heard their songs doesn't mean I know.
Well, there was you ever heard of the Beatles?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, there was this band called the Beatles, this whole thing. Let's get into it. This whole British invasion. But anyway, like, after the Beatles broke up, they all kept making music, and he
Wait.
started Wings.
The Britons invaded?
Yeah, they invaded, man. First in, like, the 1700s, and then in 1960, they invaded. Well, the one time Canada burned down the White House, but that's a whole different thing. We don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah, that was the War of 1812.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right. Sounds like they came down about 1812. Anyway, so how do you want to do it? The
Well, how do
movie.
we want to open?
I don't know. I was to be honest, we can actually do something else. I have the title is just rough draft. We're just making a new rough draft today, so we can really do anything.
Baby
but-
Bond.
Okay, we're doing Baby Bond then. I have no point of reference really how to start this story. I don't know. So the baby.
Most of them start with like
I got it.
Has like an go ahead. Okay.
I got it. So what's happening is there's a woman skiing down a mountainside, and she's skiing down, and then you look behind her. Oh, she's pregnant as fuck. She is. She's like 9 months and a day pregnant, and behind her there's guys shooting. There's just a bunch of guys shooting at her, and she's dodging them, and then she cuts down off a path, and then she can't help it. Baby comes out, right? The baby starts tumbling down the hill, going a different direction, and then she's like, "This is all. This is my chance," and she cuts the other way, and then you see off in the distance, she ends up getting killed, but the baby's there, and the baby's safe, but he's by himself, and then that's how the movie starts.
We're opening it with the Land Before Time beginning.
That's how Land Before Time happened. That was
Dude, like,
that was a
little
Stegosaurus or
mom,
whatever.
Matt's so
long.
quiet. I gotta turn Matt up. Matt's so quiet.
Wait, let me turn
Yeah,
myself up.
there you go.
Yeah, Littlefoot's mom fights
I
a
gotta turn
T-Rex
everything
and then
down.
ends up dead.
God
gets
damn it, you're
killed.
so fucking loud now.
I couldn't hear him. I already have it at like 150%.
How about now? Is it
I'll
better
turn
now?
you up.
God,
Just
stop
like-
fucking. Just one person.
I'm messing with the levels.
Like,
My baby's on level.
That's a good song, Matt. Levi, I know you should play it.
How about now, Tommy? Am I
bum, bum, bum. Yeah, you seem fine to me. I just don't want things clipping.
So you want him to be
Peeking.
born. So this baby is gonna have. Are you
So-
saying that we're gonna have a society of super children?
No, I think what we're saying, because you said born, so this actually is no longer a baby Bond
Born's a
situation.
whole different movie. That's Matt Damon.
it's a baby born situation. This baby's born, and he's like, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I came from. And just like Jason Bourne, but he's able
like
to
walk and talk.
He's able to do all these things.
Okay, he's just
he
like
doesn't
Boss
understand.
Baby. So this is a cartoon we're doing.
Yeah,
So we can really have fun.
It's always a cartoon.
movie.
He thought this was gonna be a live action, like with a baby's day out or something.
Baby geniuses.
Yeah, but oh yeah, that's true. But so the baby comes out and he doesn't have his memory, and he's watching spy movies. Yeah, so I mean,
he can walk and talk and shoot guns and do stuff like that, but he doesn't remember like where he came from.
yeah,
15 minutes ago.
yeah. So he's baby born. The first
Makes
half of the
sense to
movie
me.
is baby born, and then he finds out his dad is James Bond, and then he becomes baby Bond.
Oh, boy,
That's
we could have
the-
a whole bunch of women that could be the father.
A lot of women. A lot of women could be the father.
Yeah, that's right. What year is this taking place in modern day? Are we going like the 70s? Are we
I
going
think-
Roger Moore Bond, which I don't want to do.
I don't. Roger Moore Bond. Yeah, it's not my favorite.
Roger Moore's terrible.
I mean, we could do whenever works.
What do you want to do, Matt?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. So we're going like late 60s, early 70s.
So you just want
Okay.
this baby to have the voice of Sean Connery. That's all you're saying.
Are you gonna do the voice now?
We could do the baby be Sean Connery now, so we can quit doing this because he's fucking dead.
That's right. He did just die. That's right.
Yeah.
How about that? He died. Roger Moore died. That's right. I guess Dalton's next.
Wilcox.
Yeah, Dalton Wilcox. Boy, that's a reference no one gets.
Yeah. Even me. I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
right.
So
Well, Dalton Wilcox is the poet
So
laureate
this
of
is
the.
1960s, 1970s.
Okay. So this woman is skiing in 1970 down a mountain.
so We are-
Submachine gun.
we are gonna go with that start to the movie. I feel like I've seen that in some sort of spy movie. I don't know if it's James Bond or something where there's like he's starting off skiing down a hill. I think actually I saw it on an episode of American Dad.
I think it happens in Live and Let Die. No, it happens in one of the James Bond movies. It's Roger Moore. Let's see,
Okay, so-
which movie is he skiing in?
The baby gets
The
born.
Spy Who Loved Me, 1977. He's skiing down the mountain. It's a really good scene.
Okay, so he's born. Then what happens? Like, does somebody take him in?
He's born and it goes like it cuts and he's like and he's got like a little suit on already. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what happens. So that's
Like
how it starts.
someone kills his mom maybe, then like he turns and shoots him and kills them and it goes he's like comes around. I don't know.
I was gonna say like so that happens, like that scene happens and then like you see like maybe like an old couple come out of the middle of the woods on this ski resort and they pick up the baby and they take him back and that's the end of the opening of it, and then the theme happens and then I guess
So,
once
like,
the movie starts he's
Body?
huh?
We're going with the whole Moses thing here.
Yeah. Did he crawl
Yeah.
away from the body or?
I like that.
No, he came out of the body. Matt, are you goddamn listening to me?
You know how women have kids?
She had the baby, and then she kept going, and the baby tumbled, and
Okay,
went
so
in a
she-
different direction.
Okay.
Just the baby came out, just boom, straight, like a clean ship. You don't even got to wipe it. It just fell out
Yeah,
like in a movie. It was just there. It was clean. Yeah, they're like, here's your baby. It's perfectly fine.
yeah.
It's like a
Gathered
4-month-old baby. They hand it to him in the movies.
Yeah, it's just like a movie, like we're trying to make.
All right. Yeah. Hey, good point. You're right.
So,
Uh,
point.
so his mom's not dead after all? Or
No,
is
she's
she-
fucking dead. They killed her.
No, she shouldn't be dead. She should come back later in the movie.
Yeah. If we're.
But
if
we
we're-
don't. We
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
We don't know that yet. We can do that at any point.
If someone doesn't die on screen, they're coming back later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
she'll
just-
come back later.
We just see her going down, and the people still shooting, and you just.
Is
you
she also
assume-
a secret agent?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she. Yeah. What's her name? Has anybody got a name for this lady?
I don't know the name. Usually it's something terrible like
I'll
Pussy
just-
Galore. Or
Pussy galore.
that was the woman's name.
Yeah. I'll
And
just.
Goldfinger's Pussy Galore.
I'll
And
do
he
a
goes,
name.
I must be dreaming. Like she goes, my name is Pussy Galore. And she says it all like right at him, and he's like, I must be dreaming.
Neil
I'll-
suggests Octopassy.
Holly Goodhead. One girl's name was something Christmas, and the whole reason her name was whatever Christmas was so Pierce Brosnan could say, I thought Christmas only came once a year. just so they could do that joke. That's the whole reason her last name was Christmas.
So this is
So
a
yeah,
comedy.
usually it's pretty much. I mean, there's
The only suggestion I have, and this is from a person I actually met in real life, the name I wanted to use was Sharon Cox.
I mean, that's definitely a Bond name, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I
like that.
I saw a woman in real life with that name.
Sharon Cox. And what was it you guys did in high school? We had the love survey or whatever, and like it was like a test and would match you with people based on all that. And like, some of you guys put fake girls in, and one girl's name was Anita Cox. It was like the number one most matched thing or whatever. It was like all these fake names on the thing.
Was this in the last 2 weeks of high school? Was it the last 2 weeks?
Something like, I don't know.
Because I don't remember it, and I wasn't there then.
It was our junior or senior year of high school. Well, mine, Matt. But Matt was showing us the thing. I said, "Look, Anita Cox." And like, it was like all these fake names, these phony names that they filled out. I don't even know how it made it in because there's no one in the school named that. Like, they should know that.
They don't go through a vetting process on these names.
So we'll go with Sharon Cox.
Sharon Cox.
I like that.
Passy.
So she was skiing down a mountain, Miss Cox. Skiing down the mountain because she's single.
No. Miss Cox was her mother. She's Sharon. Sharon Cox.
Well, Cox. Sharon Cox would be how you'd say that.
Yeah.
Her name is Cox Sharon. I don't know if that worked.
Go ahead.
She poops the baby out. The baby gets found by some people. It's on a snowy mountain, so hopefully they find it quick because the baby's probably going to die.
No,
just naked in the snow.
I think the baby that's tumbling through the snow that doesn't die from tumbling through the snow is going to be okay if it stays there for a little bit.
Gives birth and then like leaves the baby in a basket or something. I don't know, and then skis off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not as comical, but I think that's more realistic.
We're going full on slapstick, like stuff falling down and stuff off people off screen shouting funny lines.
Like what? Yeah, like I said, the closest thing to a Bond movie I've ever seen is Austin Powers. So that's my biggest point of reference.
That's pretty much how the movies are, though.
So
yeah,
we'll do what you said. That makes more sense.
Unless you want to be goofy, we could be goofy.
Okay. We'll do goofy. I'm like waiting on Matt to say something.
I know Matt's he's just here.
I'm just waiting. Where's it gonna go? All right, she's in the hospital. She's giving birth.
She's not in the hospital. She's skiing down a mountain.
Okay, God, so how do you not know what's going on in this story? He's creating things that we haven't said.
Never was said she was in a hospital. What is he listening to?
You.
Like what? No, you're not.
Like you're not. If you were listening, you would know what we said.
We were just talking about how she gives birth and then someone chased her and she left by skiing. So I thought that's what we're going with. But are we going?
Hold on. No. Everything you just explained, yes, that's what we talked about. Where does the hospital? You never said anything about a hospital just now.
I was envisioning a hospital.
Okay.
We can go.
Just made it up.
He's like, we don't have to use the hospital, guys.
You brought it up.
We can go cabin, cave.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right. So she gave birth. Okay, the baby. Who finds the baby? Who are these people? They just live on the mountain. Is it a ski resort?
Yes, I
don't think people in a ski resort would just find a baby. Like, that's weird. I understand it was like in the woods.
Again, that was kind of like that was going into the whole like comedy aspect of it all. Like I didn't. I was thinking of ridiculous things to have happen.
Neil gets it. Diapers are forever. The man with the golden bottle. I fucking love this guy. That's fucking awesome.
Neil is
No for Dr. No. This dude's great.
I will
say never seen these movies.
Everybody keep a lookout for Neil. He's in the process of getting his book traditionally published. So keep an eye on him. Go follow him on Twitter and all that stuff so you can check out his book. Because great lines like that is the man that can write a good book.
Octopassy.
So is that what this is going to be?
There's a movie called Octopussy with Roger Moore. Is okay. So that's what Octopassy is. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No.
So I think what we'll do is we'll call this Baby Bond. The man. God damn it, dude! Like I'm trying to pick one. I was gonna say the man with the golden bottle would be the name of the movie, but
I'm gonna do some puns too.
All right, let's.
I didn't think you liked puns.
If we
being a man without a mustache.
If we do man,
I know.
If we do man with a golden bottle, let's make it like this guy found the fountain of youth.
You do live and let cry because it's a baby.
Live and let cry.
That's pretty funny. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make up my own, but I don't know any of the fucking movies.
You don't think
I just thought of Casino Royale, and I'm like, no, we already got Stroller Royale.
He did the best. I think Diapers Are Forever is pretty fucking hilarious. Born, they pick the baby up. Then what happens? Is this child instantly able to walk and talk, or is this child going to be like a year old and they realize, wow, this baby's super smart, and we can figure out later that they injected her with, I don't know, whatever, some shit or some evil guy injected her with something, I don't know, and it made her baby have superpowers?
Her Majesty's changing table?
That's my favorite Bond movie, on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Go ahead.
I would say we could go one of two ways. We could either have him be this baby that's able to walk and talk and move around or whatever, or we could just cut 5 years into the future, or no, not 5, like a year or two in the future where he can walk and talk. Or we could have this just be a regular baby just crawling around doing baby shit, and like people are like, oh no, it's baby Bond, and then he like accidentally crawls over a gun and shoots like 5 people. Whichever way you want to take it.
I feel like that'd be much harder to do. Because we'd have to have the baby accidentally do things the whole movie.
That's a very South Park thing. I feel like I've seen something like that.
That would be it would be very funny. But
It's funny
that's
how
a lot.
It's funny how South Park made an episode where the whole thing was Simpsons did it, and then now it's South Park did it. So everything's covered.
Spy Who Rocked Me. Well,
Thank God for Rick and Morty. I mean, nobody did Pickle Rick until Pickle Rick.
Hey man, there's this episode and this guy turns to a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen. I saw another guy today with a Pickle Rick shirt on. It's like you hear those memes of people saying that, and I'm like, those people do exist. Like, there's people out there. That's what the guy that trained me told me about it. That funniest shit he ever heard.
There's people who go to McDonald's and jump on the fucking counter yelling for Szechuan sauce. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that was just. But I mean, I see what he's saying. Like, you think these are like very small portions of people. Like, it's not a big thing. Like, maybe 5 people did that. There's a lot of people that'll go around and be like, Pickle Rick and talk about it and stuff like funniest shit I've ever seen.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Funniest shit I've ever seen, dude.
Dude, the comedy of that show's just too highbrow. You wouldn't get it.
I don't know. It's too big brained.
You have like IQ of 160 to understand Rick and Morty.
Yeah, he's like sad.
Why are there eye stars?
All right, so baby.
Where are we going with him? Are we doing with Pixar, baby? Or are we doing?
I don't know. Which one do you guys want to do?
I think like when he's around a year old, because my kids started walking around 10 months. We could do like where he just starts walking soon. And all this like the baby starts doing all this stuff so quickly. You're like, oh my god! And the baby starts talking, and then like all of a sudden, and so we could figure out later that whoever the villain is was giving this woman stuff. I don't know, and then like it made the baby a like kind of super baby, like it's like a society of super children he was trying to create.
Well, my whole thing was this is James Bond's baby.
Yeah.
So that's why he's able to do all this stuff.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know what you're thinking. James Bond went through all this training and had to learn how to do all this stuff. And he's just, he's born with it.
That's not how that works. You just mentioned training. You're not born with something. It's just because James Bond learned how to do it doesn't mean the baby's going to naturally know how to kill people and bang women.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you what I was thinking.
I think my idea of the villain was trying to create this super child. I don't know, to kill James Bond. I don't know. We can work all that out down the road.
It was the KGB that made the serum to inject into this woman after she had sex with Bond, so to make a super secret KGB agent.
Mm-hmm. Or James Bond banged some broad, right? No offense, ladies, and she was like a secret agent, like a double agent, right? So like she worked for Russia, and so they were injecting her with stuff like whatever. I don't like you're saying, and it turns out that like this baby has superpowers. I don't know, whatever we want to do there. Can walk and talk and be normal.
That makes total sense because they did that exact same thing with Batman.
Is that what happened to Batman?
That's why we got Damian Wayne.
Batman did it.
All right,
That's
Batman's
did it.
Never mind then.
I was gonna say we can do that route, but I was gonna say like the DNA that they used to create this thing that could basically be used on any baby, It just has Bond DNA in it, but then he wouldn't be.
Maybe
James
the guy
Bond's son.
wanted James Bond's child. You know what I mean? To like turn James Bond's child against like Blofeld or something, who was like one of the main bad guys. It's like recording, or we could make up some other cartoon bad guy like any other movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blofeld. Let's see.
They wanted to train James Bond's baby to kill James Bond in the future, but the woman turned. The woman turned and was like, "I can't do this. I just want to have this baby." And so they're trying to kill her, and that's why she skis away and has the baby or whatever.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
It's perfect. Makes perfect sense, guys. So let's write this down. Let's get this written down. We got scripts to sell.
Can you name off some Bond villains?
I just named out Blofeld.
Well, I would say real quick, we need to pick. Are we going to go with the title being one of these puns based off the other movies? Because if so, then we use that title to then dictate what the story would be.
Okay.
Or we can create a new silly title that's a baby.
Yeah, we should come up with a new
something.
one that's like something to do with I don't know,
can I make
something
a
with a
suggestion?
baby. I don't know. Yeah, you can make a suggestion. We'll take one suggestion from you.
One suggestion. Since this didn't work out with the woman who was carrying Bond's child, they did it with one of Bond's villains' children.
There's 2 James Bond babies.
There's 2 of them.
There's
Oh my
2
god,
of
they fight each other.
It's like a baby.
So James Bond is in this movie. This is a James Bond vehicle.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
with his baby.
Yeah, he at some point he meets James Bond. He's like he loses like the first fight against the villain, and then he's like, "Oh man, I'm not strong enough." Like, you know, Dragon Ball Z goes to the what's it called, the fucking hyperbolic time chamber,
It's not
and
how
so
this works. James Bond's never said I'm not strong enough. Usually he gets away and like comes back later or something like that. It's never,
he
he never loses a full-on fist fight because he's James Bond.
Okay,
So
well,
he gets captured. I mean, we're gonna have him get captured and have him on the little table with the laser going up towards his crotch,
Just a laser going
like in Goldfinger. Yeah, and then he's gonna be like, "You expect me to talk?" And he's gonna go, "No, I expect you to die," which is probably the best line ever in a James Bond movie.
so
We'll have that.
my plan was, I guess we won't do that, but I was gonna say he gets beaten and then he goes finds his dad, so he can train and then be better.
Rifle.
Rifle. Hey, he just did it. Anyway, that's a terrible idea.
Cry another day. Okay, no, again, I mean,
I think this baby was made, like he got this woman, like James Bond can't be beaten, but having him have to kill his own child, you know what I mean? Like in the future, like his own super child that grows up really quick. I don't know what we're trying to do. Like he has a problem trying to kill it because James Bond's this crazy agent who just does whatever he needs to do. He's got no family, no nothing like that. Now he'll have family, and he can't do it. So this villain's like going to use his own family against him.
No, I agree with that. I'm still trying to think of a title for this movie.
Matt, go ahead.
Okay,
Only thing I can think of is Family Forever. I don't know what I'm doing with my hand here, but it's not on the camera.
Family Forever.
Yeah.
A Fast and Furious movie.
Was this a Fast and Furious movie?
You said family! So I took that and then I put it in the story.
Like father, like son.
That's not. Yeah, that. I mean,
Yeah.
you would know.
I mean, yeah, yeah. They're all named. They're all based off books. So the book would be.
Yeah.
If the book is James
You know, I
Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service, like that's the book.
Yeah.
And it's
Maybe,
about
Are
that.
you from the nursery with love?
You only live twice, like James Bond
No,
dies.
we're not trying to do a pun off of an already existing title. We're trying to create a new title that kind of helps us dictate the story. So, like what he said, like father, like son. I think that's a good title. If you think that's a Bondish title,
It is. I
think
mean,
that'll
yeah.
work.
Just
It
think
sounds
of,
like it.
From Russia with Love, there's a Russian girl. and,
If
like,
you
yeah.
saw that there was a new movie coming out and it was called James Bond, like father, like son, you would automatically think this is going to be a James Bond movie about James Bond having a kid.
Right.
So,
Matt, comment.
I'm trying to think of what that Batman movie was called.
okay, cool.
Which one?
All right. So let's.
Batman Begins.
No.
The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises. They just
think it
added a
was
word to it.
Yeah, it was Batman versus Robin.
That's all the good sequels. Like
Ooh,
they did.
Bati.
They did that with Toy Story. You had Toy Story, then Toy Story 2.
Freeze.
They just added another word to it. Toy Story 3
Toy
added
Story
another word.
2, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh,
That was-
saying that.
That was never.
Ooh, that's a bad word. We're gonna
Oh,
get
yeah, that
banned.
is right.
ADL is gonna come in.
We're already struggling
Alright.
to get this channel monetized with all the goddamn
Oh.
copyrighted material we use.
James Bond. So this is called Like Father, Like Son.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I like that. I'm glad
Okay,
I came
so-
up with that.
So we have the opening sequence. They have the title sequence or whatever happens, and then we cut to like a year or two later. He's a baby walking and talking, advanced for his age. So what does he do at that point? He goes to this old couple, and they're only on the screen for like 5 minutes, and he's like,
Yeah.
I gotta. Or he gets it. They get attacked. The people that was chasing his mom finds the cabin.
Like no. Eventually, they catch the woman, and then they torture her for years, and then she finally gives up that she has the baby, and they go and attack the baby.
She wasn't
how did they
supposed to
find the
love the baby. Well, hold on. She wasn't supposed to love the baby, but she ended up. It's her baby grew inside of her,
It's her baby,
so she
yes.
loves the baby.
That happens
So
a lot
she-
with adoption. Like a lot of women, they have the baby and they decide they don't want to give the baby up for adoption sometimes because you can understand that. It's not that that's wrong.
It's not that.
Yeah.
It's not out of the abstract
Yes. So
abstract
she does-
imagination.
Yeah,
So
and she loves James Bond because what woman doesn't?
and they capture her, and for 2 years they have this woman captured. Or are we doing a year or 2 years?
What do you do, Matt?
A year.
Matt's off screen talking to somebody.
A year and a half. I'll do a year and a half. So after a year and a half of torture, she finally gives up the location of where she lost the baby,
Yeah, well,
which
yeah,
is
that's
the
what-
mountaintop.
oh, like-
There was like the mountaintop. God, why did we think of the mountain?
Why did we look there?
And so you just see all these whatever KGB agents swarming onto this mountaintop, and they get to the cabin, and then Baby Bond is like, I need a gun, or whatever James Bond says, and he starts shooting them, and he gets out of there, and in the process his adopted parents end up dying, and he's like, I'll avenge you, or whatever. James Bond that up. That's my idea.
Alive.
Yeah, he'll
Luke's
find out
like,
that they kill his mom.
They kill his mom.
That's right, and the baby decides,
He's like, where's my mother?
from
And then
Mom?
they're like, she's
Yeah.
fucking dead. She's dead.
she's
She's
your
dead.
mother's dead.
As the baby, well, you said the baby met his mom.
No, the baby didn't meet his mom. The baby just knows that his mom's dead. Like maybe they tell the baby that they're not their parents, the old couple. And he's
I
like,
think
"Who are my parents?" And then they go, "We found you." Whatever. Maybe he pieces it together because he's James Bond and he's smart.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And somehow he figures
And
it
because
out.
they're like 80 and he's like 2, and he's like, I don't
Well, they
think...
get attacked. They get attacked, and he sees. I don't know. He finds something that
no.
links them back to whatever.
They-
Yeah.
They get attacked by Bond because Bond's under mind control, and the baby has to figure out a way to free his dad.
Matt's going on his whole thing. His whole thing. He's really like. Somehow James Bond is on mind control. Whatever.
That's-
mind control.
I forgot about this because we don't do this as often anymore. But
Is it
that's
like
what-
the Illuminati?
we're sitting here, we're talking about stuff, then Matt comes out of left field and just fucking throws a haymaker that just comes out of nowhere. It doesn't make any sense. And then, but sometimes he's a seat of the pants kind of. He's a pantser.
When we did the pilot ones, we did like 2 or 3 pilot ones, and like that was how it was. You and me, we made a story of the Matt comes out with something just completely out of left field. We're like, where did that come from?
But sometimes that does work out. So
Yes.
don't stop doing it. Is that the
Maybe.
Bond baby? Hold on. Is James Bond's baby a boy or a girl?
Now we could be progressive and go girl.
And then we can do all these guy like names where it's like Dick's Enormous. I think that's one, isn't it?
She said, "No, I don't want that in my face." All right, well, go back to your mom. Leave me alone.
We still don't need
Dick's
to do that. Actually.
enormous. Huge erection.
Like she meets her dad, and she's like, "We got to get information from this guy." He's like, "Who's the guy?" She's like, "Dick's Enormous." He's like, "I don't know about that." She's like, I can't do that. I'm a baby."
I'm a child. I think son would be good.
Son would work.
I think
better,
that's
yeah.
people are much more likely. At the old Joe Rogan bit where they have the baby and the beard. What's that Rogaine commercial? Whatever. It's the baby.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
baby has a beard. And he's at the club or whatever. And all the women are like dancing on him. You couldn't do that the other way around. That would be.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
So with a baby, I think a boy baby we can get away with more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
And this is live, so we got to make sure we can get away with it.
Yeah, Matt, comment.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. What we should do is
Great idea.
great idea. Set the kids.
Yeah,
house up.
Matt's like, it's a great idea. When she gets out of the hospital, we're gonna take out here.
We're gonna turn her into a cyborg, and then she's gonna attack the house.
Turns out she was pregnant with twins.
What?
I don't.
That's actually a good idea. I don't mind.
That's
that
not That's not a terrible idea. Like she has the first one, and then it turns out she did have another one, and then I
The
guess she
second
left
one.
it
Oh,
as
that's.
well.
You remember there was supposed to be another. Didn't we say there was like another baby they did? Well, she was pregnant with twins. She has him, and then whenever you have twins, they're not born like immediately after. It could be
Yeah,
hours
sometimes you don't know.
afterwards.
Yeah.
So
maybe
once,
when we captured her, she had the second one.
yeah, she has the first one, and then as
Oh,
she's
dude, that is a
skiing down the
great
mountain.
idea. Holy moly, that's a great idea.
We just blew a hole into this whole James Bond, baby Bond
She
situation.
gets
right
captured and
now.
has the baby, and the baby. So this is who the baby's gonna fight is the evil James
His
Bond
twin
baby.
brother.
Oh my goodness, man. Well, want to be a girl, and the girl should be the villain, I think.
Okay, and so she goes and she burns down like the whole like mountaintop, and
Something
then
like that.
and
But at
then
this point, a boy baby and a girl baby, they're the same strength. It would be an even fight. It's not like
Yeah.
they've gone through puberty and the boy's like strong or whatever. This would be
Actually-
even Stevens.
actually the girl baby would actually probably be a little smarter because
A little
girl
smarter.
babies.
They progress a little quick. Yeah, you're right, man. Holy moly. All right, I like this. I like this.
All right, where's my fucking?
Good idea, Matt. Matt, write this down.
I got a notepad somewhere.
I got my yellow legal pad. I like that.
It's over there.
Are we gonna give the
Woman has
baby?
twin.
Are we gonna give
So
the baby
evil,
a name?
Who's the villain? And what is the
yeah.
baby's name?
We do need an overall villain, but the rival, the other baby, is going to be kind of like the boss before the boss. But what is the
Yeah.
baby's name?
Which
Well,
one?
I think the overall villain could like the KGB or something like that, or some head member of the KGB.
Vladimir Putin himself.
I really like the way you said that. I wish I had you on full screen when you said. Do it again.
Vladimir Putin himself walks in, and then you know who stops him? Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump,
No, they're in cahoots.
the man who should be president. Or whatever, I don't know.
Some people don't understand sarcasm. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, it'd be
Neil,
fun.
do you understand sarcasm? I hope so. He's like,
Oh, let me just tap /s in the fucking chat. This is all sarcasm. All right.
okay, they'll know the /s means sarcasm.
Yeah, we all know what that is. So, all right.
So yeah, do we
the
get,
babies? So we go a year, and we realize that this baby has superpowers or whatever.
his
So the baby.
his
so
adopted
they get
home is
attacked.
attacked? Yeah.
Okay, who's the main villain? Are we gonna give him a goofy name? Is he just gonna make someone up, or are
Do
we gonna
we-
go with an old villain?
Do we want it to be the doctor that created this whole serum and everything that's creating this situation?
It could be a doctor. It could be like Doctor No type doctor. Let's see. I'm trying to look at all
Dr. Chris.
the James Bond villains. Let's see. I mean, Blofeld was in several movies.
Dr.
Most of them have somebody that they've made up for that movie. So we can make someone up. We just have to. Who are we gonna make up?
That's the best thing that I can think of right now is a doctor that was the one that created this serum that created the whole project. But even then, he still works for a guy. So I don't know. Do we
The
want to
doctor's
just?
gonna work for someone.
What is the villain usually like? Is it like Russia spies or something like that? Or Russian spies or?
There's like what's like a Spectre? Is that the fucking thing? Spectre was a bad movie.
Because
Spectre.
I would say we could just create an evil organization that maybe
That's
James
what
Bond
Spectre is.
okay that James Bond had thwarted at some point.
I'm trying to remember what Spectre stands for. It's like whatever. I think in the books it was like Smersh, but that was a terrible name. So they came out with
Smersh.
Spectre. It was Smersh. It's like this evil organization. And I think Blofeld is the leader of it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ernst Blofeld was the founder. So if we're gonna go with Spectre being behind it, Ernst Blofeld, who was in several movies, I think he was in 3 or 4 movies as the
Oh,
main
so-
villain. Christoph Waltz just played him in Spectre, I think.
So this could just be the newest thing that he does to try to
Yeah,
Get
I mean,
James
the
Bond.
fucking the first Blofeld I think was what's that? Diamonds Are Forever. What movie was Blofeld in? Ernst.
How about this? How old is this Blofeld character?
As old as you want him to be. He was in Thunderball, which is in 1961. And he was just in the last movie that was in 2015.
So to keep it going with the theme of the father-son situation, this is going to be Blofeld's child that is trying to pick up where his father left off, and this is the plan he created.
It could be this kid. I like that. I don't hate that idea. But he was just the leader in the last movie. I mean, it doesn't really matter because like James Bond.
It's going to be a few years before our movie gets made. So
like James Bond, 1961. Let me turn off this so I'm not lit up. James Bond, 1961 or 2, whatever was the first movie, and then like he got married in on Her Majesty's Secret Service. They even mentioned the fact that he was married in 68 that movie was, whatever the fuck it was, in the movies in the 90s, in the early 90s or 88, whatever Timothy Dalton did it. So like it all kind of ties together, but it's not like on like a strict storyline. So it doesn't really matter. We could do actual Ernst Blofeld.
He changes the way he looks a lot too. So
yeah, sometimes he has blonde hair and blue eyes. And he's a real serious Bond. Everyone's like, wow, ain't he dark and serious? And sometimes he looks like Timothy Dalton. Everyone goes, we don't like it because he's dark and serious. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so do we want to come up with names
Daniel
of characters
Craig's
now?
one of the worst Bonds. What?
Do we want to come up with names for the characters now? Or just
Ernst Blofeld. We'll go with, because he's English, he's going to name his kid Tom.
Tom Blofeld.
This is Tom, and this is me other son, Tom. Because that's what English guys are named.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Matt, what do you want to do? You're going to come up with names. Go.
For our main character?
Yeah.
Let's go with Dean. Dean Bond.
No, let's do Barry.
Barry Bond.
Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds. Does he fucking hit home runs? Let's have Barry Bonds play it.
He does have. Yeah, Barry Bonds will be the baby. He does. He is genetically altered through some sort of super serum.
Steroids.
That's a good joke.
That wasn't a really good joke. I wish I got more than that. But I mean, Tom Bond doesn't sound good. Bond.
I think Dean sounds good.
Bond.
Dean Bond.
Dean seems like a good like that kind of guy name.
Bond. Dean Bond. And we're going like a James Dean thing. I like that. I like what you're doing there. Even though I don't think you meant to do that. I like that. Matt's leaving. It's fine. He really wasn't doing much anyway. Yeah. So we'll continue.
He'll come back and suggest what the story was.
And what's the girl's name going to be? I guess we got to look at Russian girl names.
Yeah, I guess she is Russian.
Russian girl names. I think Blofeld's Russian. Am I right? I don't want to sound wrong here. Ernst Blofeld. He's part of Spectre, but is he... It says Polish and Greek descent. Okay, he doesn't have to be Russian then. Let's see. Polish girl names. Let's see here.
But I mean, her last name wouldn't even necessarily be Bond.
That would technically be Bond's kid. But
yeah.
he could take it and name her last name Blofeld. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I'll say that's probably what happens, but that's not, we know she's a Bond. Or maybe we don't know.
You were in Poland. What were some girl names over there?
Maybe that's what you find out. Yeah, Poland's, yeah, I guess. Maybe halfway through the movie, that's what you find out that that's his sister. You think it's just another super baby, and then you're like, oh no, it's actually
that'll be one of the twists. Yes, it'll be like
Shyamalan twist
that she had a second baby.
I'm looking up some names. I got Sophia, Anastasia, Maria, Anya, Alina. Some of these I can't pronounce. Misha. I think Misha's a good one.
We go with let's see. Christina. Lena Bond. Dean and Lena. What do you think about that?
Dean and Lean.
Too many E's. Let's go with something else here. Nadia. Another E kind of name.
I was trying to look for one that was Bond. I love alliteration. It's my favorite thing about Marvel. I named my son with alliteration, Samuel Sawyer.
Let's see.
You got any good Russian female names?
Female name?
Yeah.
Has anyone said Eve yet?
What?
Eve.
Eve Bond.
I don't think that's a bad one.
Would her last name be Bond?
Matt, move a
I
little
mean,
to your left
would,
for me.
technically yes, but we could go with Blofeld as the last name if Ernst is going to be the father, the daddy. I don't know whatever you want to call it of the kid.
Well, no. Remember, it's the son of him that created this. This is his project.
Will still be Blofeld.
Yeah. But I mean, you said Ern or whatever his name is.
Ernst. We never said it was going to be a son. We said it could still be him because who cares? He was in a movie. He was in a movie in 1960 whatever 71, and now he's in a movie in 2015.
Thematically, with this movie, it'd make more sense for it to be a son.
Why?
Because it's a father-son story. That's the theme of it, so it makes sense for the villain to be one of James Bond's biggest villains, son. James Bond's son is going against James Bond's.
The first iteration was in 1963. But anyway, I think it should be Ernst Blofeld. If we're going to have James Bond in the film, are we going to have Daniel Craig's Bond?
No, we can have Blofeld in the film, but he's like an old man. Just like it's kind of like in Batman Beyond, where Batman's an old Batman.
You have to understand that the Ernst Blofeld in 1963 is the same age as Christoph Waltz is in the one in 2015. It doesn't matter. The movie's supposed to be like standalone movies. That's why I don't like that they tied in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace into like a series of movies. I don't like that. They're supposed to kind of sort of be their own thing. I don't mind them referencing things, but I don't like that the whole movie was like, hey, remember that last movie? Because that's not what James Bond movies are supposed to be. So I don't like that.
Well, I mean, that's my whole thing with this one. I think just, again, thematically, it fits that it's his... I mean, I don't care. It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't matter. I just
Ernst
think
Blofeld it is then. You don't care? So it's Ernst Blofeld's kid. We'll go with that.
Okay.
And her name's Eve.
Hold on.
Eve Blofeld.
You just said it's Ernst Blofeld's kid. I was agreeing with. That's what I wanted.
No, but you know what I mean. It's like he had the woman have the kid.
I got you.
She had twins or whatever.
I got you.
And then she finally, I guess, gives up information that she had another baby. I don't fucking know. So they get does Blofeld go to kill the Dean Bond? Does he go to kill him?
Yeah, he sends henchmen out to the mountaintop when she finally.
And he
gave
somehow
away where she was.
like kung fu, like judo chops them and like kills them.
You tell me how he kills them.
Home Alone this type of thing.
What's that, Matt?
I said I think we should Home Alone it. Have him set up tramps and stuff.
He knows that these guys are coming as he hits a year old.
He sees some KGB agent peeping out.
You should watch that movie Nobody that just came out, and that's like what the guy from Better Call Saul. I can't remember his name right now. That's like one of the last scenes. He sets all these traps. Like it's a really good movie. I like it a lot. But Home Alone, I don't like that. I don't think that's not a thing. How would he know they're coming? What do you mean?
That's my thing.
They don't come and knock on his door and try to break in to steal their TV.
Well,
they're going to assassinate him.
Let's Home Alone mix with MacGyver. He does it on the fly. He like sets up. He's on the run. He's like, I got some balls
that's
here.
That's not how James Bond. That's nothing how James Bond works.
I've never seen a James Bond movie, so
I know this is the problem with doing this, because both of you have never seen it. So I'm trying to relay to you that's not how it fucking goes. That's like you guys going, hey, let's make a Lord of the Rings movie, and I'm like, why don't they just fly the eagle there at the beginning?
Well, I mean,
that's because the movie has to happen.
It's because the Eagles wouldn't do that. The Eagles aren't just there willy nilly, just doing whatever people want. You know.
You want to tell us how the fuck long you had a giant goddamn eagle the whole time? Boromir died.
That's real close to his camera, so I think he's wanting to say something.
Well, no, I'm sitting here thinking. I was like, well, what if his twin sister sends him a message and saying they're coming? But I don't know why she would.
Why would she do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to Home Alone it, no matter how you figure out how to make it work.
No matter how you try to figure it out. We're not having him put paint cans on strings to hit Joe Pesci in the head. We're not doing that.
I want the car battery on the doorknob.
Would have him do the little dancing where he's got the little strings and he's like the little.
I don't think the car battery was on the doorknob. I think it was a hot thing.
I honestly don't remember Home Alone, man.
There's so many.
You believe Macaulay Culkin, the woman he's dating? Who's that Asian girl he's dating?
Yeah.
I don't know where she is, the Asian. But yeah,
why does she have to be Asian? She is. I don't know. What do you mean? Brenda Song. Brenda Song is hot as the sun. And that's the woman that he's with. Can you believe that? Of course, he looks better now than he did, though. I think he's got cleaned up a little bit.
Oh, is she the chick from whatchamacallit?
She's like a Disney woman or whatever.
Yeah.
She's on the talk show or whatever. Yeah.
He's been on Red Letter Media a lot.
Yes, you're right. He has been. I forgot.
He looks really good.
He does whatever podcast he does, and like one of the first things he asks is like, if you were stuck at home alone, how would you fight off 2 burglars or whatever? He just gets it out of the way, which is really funny.
That's good.
But anyway, Dean Bond. Okay, so he finds out that
No. The idea was they've been torturing her for however long.
why would they? But I don't think that's how it should go. I think, they forget the kid or whatever, and then like she doesn't tell them she had a twin. Another one, like maybe he didn't know. I don't know how he wouldn't know, but somehow he didn't know that she only had one baby in there. You think ultrasounds and stuff like that would find that out. So like
the guy that can make a super serum, he'd be able to figure that out.
Maybe he finds out somehow. I don't know. He reads her diary. I don't fucking know, and says like, "I had another kid or I had another baby or whatever." Dean. Well, I don't know. And so, I mean, she wouldn't know his name. I guess the people gave her the name. I don't know what we're going with.
Well, if they captured her, I'm sure there's a medical way to determine.
Yeah, you're right. They have to capture her because she's running away.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, so she is getting tortured. Let's go back to the torture thing. Let's put her back in some chains. And
so
I guess she gives up information that she had another baby. Yeah.
They torture her, but it took a while because she found out she loved this baby, and so now she's a part
like
of
the song "Stained." It's been a while.
And then when she finally gives the information, right? The daughter, the baby, the 1-year-old, what's her name, Eve? Eve. They're like, because they've been training her this whole year. They're like, Eve, go and take her out just to prove her loyalty to this.
They're sending the baby, the 1-year-old.
Well, no. The baby. They send the baby. The baby first kills the mom. That's her first act.
Oh my god, that's dark.
And
when
then
she comes out.
No,
That's
not when she
dark,
comes
dude.
out. God damn it! No, they torture her for a year.
Later. Yeah.
They torture her for a year, and then once she finally gives up the information, they get the Eve to kill the mom, and then they send Eve out on them. And they're like, "She's ready. She's ready." And she goes out on the mission to find, Dean.
Okay,
how can we have a redemption arc for this girl if she murders her mother in the first 8 minutes of the movie?
Because at the end of the movie, the bad guy's there, and he's about to kill Dean, and she turns and she shoots a bullet at him, and he catches the bullet.
What are you doing? Was this fucking?
I was about to suggest she shoots an arrow at the doctor.
and then he catches it. He catches it right here, and then
Dude, oh my god, no one plays World of Warcraft. No one's gonna understand this reference.
He gives her her soul, the rest of her soul, and leaves.
Oh my god.
I tried to make that reference earlier when I said they burned down the fucking mountain.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you're right. It'd be hard for her. Well, the only way I can say redemption at that point, because she's been brainwashed for a year, but once she meets Dean and she really understands everything, she never saw her mother. She had no attachment to her mother at all, and she just did it.
Oh, so he's like, kill this woman.
Yeah. Well,
And maybe she does it.
I mean, think about like the Winter Soldier killed Tony's parents, and then like now that he has a show, so
yeah, he has a show now, Devin.
No, he's got a show. You're right. Good point.
But
Bucky Dent.
yeah, is that his last name?
I think Bucky Dent. Is that his name?
I don't think so.
Bucky Barnes.
Is it Bucky
Bucky
Dent?
Barnes.
Like,
Bucky Barnes. It's Marvel. It's alliteration. Bucky Barnes.
Bucky
but
Dent was a baseball player.
I would think it'd be fine that the whole time this lady's being tortured and everything, she knows that's her mom, and you see little bits of her cracking, but then she's like, no, this is what I'm supposed to do, and then it gets to that point, and like you have like maybe some internal dialogue, and she doesn't want to do this, but this is all she knows, is what she's trained to do, and then she kills her, and then she never had any interaction with her, but she knew that was her mom because these babies are so smart. They remember everything from the past year, their birth and everything. They remember being in the womb. They couldn't talk when they first came out, but they remember all this. And so she kills her mom, and then that's kind of like the first bit that's kind of cracking her to the point where it's gonna Dean can break through to her. Like she goes to jail at the end, she goes to baby prison, but at this moment she kills the mom, and then she goes and she's hunting him.
Okay.
Is that good?
That works for me. Matt, what do you think?
I mean, I kept talking. I was waiting. I'm just so used to like 3 people talking while I'm talking. So I'm like,
Just one person. It's me.
Is nobody? Yeah, is nobody? It sounds like 3. Is there? I was like, is there nobody? Can nobody hear me? Am I talking to nothing?
We're just kind of processing what you're saying.
But I mean, Like halfway through, I forgot what I was talking about because I was focusing on if anybody was listening to me. So do we like that idea? I think that can be redeemed because it's not her fault. Like Sylvanas made the choices she did.
No one even plays WoW, dude.
I know, but I'm telling you, I ain't talking to these assholes over here on the right hand side over there. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are great. Thanks for being here. We lost a viewer. Did the drunken dog log out?
I think he's done. All right. Let's get to the middle part. So how far are we into this fucking thing?
I would say so. The attack happened. Well, we still got to figure out what happens with the attack. They come in. How does he thwart this attack? I know.
No, I'm just. I worked this morning.
I got you.
On the floor, and they slip on his.
He's still going for this fucking Home Alone shit.
Well, what else is the baby gonna have besides household items? He's not gonna have like a queue or anything to give him gadgets.
Well, he's a 1-year-old baby that's super smart, and these people, they live on a mountaintop out in the middle of nowhere on this ski resort.
He'll figure it out.
They're gonna have some guns.
Yeah, something like that. So they'll try to break in. He'll find out. Are they gonna kill his parents?
Yeah, let's go ahead and kill them off.
Let's nix those parents. Let's get rid of them.
Yeah.
To give him motivation.
That's
So he kills. But how's he gonna find out? So when they kill his parents, I guess he kills these henchmen. I guess the baby girl gets away or whatever. Or is he gonna kill her?
Well, I would say they remember in the womb. I hate saying this because it sounds so stupid. He remembers the womb. He remembers his mom and all this stuff. Like he knows that. I mean, we got a super baby going around shooting people, so it can happen. So he knows he has an actual mom. So I would say that when this happens, it's finally like he's able to finally start going on his actual journey to figure out what happened. I guess maybe the daughter or the sister confronts him and she's like, "I'm gonna kill you just like I killed her mother," and he's like,
"Oh, she didn't know."
There's the Home Alone reference you want, Matt.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I thought she didn't know though.
Huh? No, Matt, one of you guys said that. I think she should know that that's her mom.
There's no redemption for her.
No, there is redemption. She's not attached to her. She didn't interact with her. She knew that was her surrogate. She knew that was the lady that gave birth to her, but she was thought it's not really your mom. That's just the lady that gave birth to you. So
I think she should die at the hand of her 1-year-old daughter. Okay, that's dark.
I'm trying to give this
shock value,
some drama and feel and personality. I don't know.
I think I think her mother being murdered in front of her would be pretty upsetting without her actually having to pull the trigger.
But that raises the stakes if she's the one to kill her. I think she can be redeemed from that because it's not her. Again, like I said earlier, it's not like the character is doing this out of her own motivation. This was what she's been trained her whole life for, a whole year and 6 months has built up to this point where she can mercilessly, just like Matt said with Bucky Barnes, he killed Tony Stark's parents and everything. He did all these bad things because he was basically mind controlled, and she's been brainwashed.
Mind control.
She's been brainwashed her whole life, and it's not until she kills her mother, that's when she cracks, and then she meets her brother that she finally starts slowly realizing she's been doing the wrong thing, and she actually should be on the other side of the fight. And at the end, like I said, she still goes to baby jail, but she realizes what she's done wrong.
I don't like it.
All right. Well, I'm all ears for your alternative. We got to get through this scene before we can move forward.
Again, her mother's murdered or whatever. She knows about it. She's going along with it because Blofeld's her dad. So she goes to kill James Bond. She has some henchmen with her or whatever. I don't know. And then James Bond kills those henchmen. And then maybe, there could be some dialogue with her and the Dean and Ava, or Eve. We're going Eve.
Yeah.
Dean and Eve have like a little dialogue about, he's like, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Whatever. And he tells her, like, she tells him the story or whatever. I don't know. Somehow she gets away, I guess. I don't know. And so, like, then he'll know what's going on. He'll know who to go after. He'll know what he needs to do at that point without her being this bloodthirsty, just crazy murderer like they killed her own mother.
I just want to correct you because I was cool
I
with getting
understand
away
you're
from
saying
my-
she didn't have an attachment, but she
she's
knows
she's not
that's
a
her mother.
bloodthirsty monster. She is a small.
If you murder your own mother in cold blood, knowing that's your mother, I'm sure you haven't had a relationship with her. Doesn't mean
if you were brainwashed your
feel
whole
something.
life to be evil, she was taught her whole life to be evil. This means nothing
I
to her.
understand she's
That's
evil, but
that's
what how you
That's her-
can't,
that's her name.
It's hard for people
her
who
name.
are gonna
Hold on, her name is Eve L. Bond.
That's pretty funny. So we'll go with Eve L. Bond,
Yeah, Eve L. Bond, Evil Bond.
Peter Ian Staker.
No,
Piss Taker, come on.
She does it, and like that's the moment that she's basically been an evil, bloodthirsty person her whole life. That's what she's been trained to do, and she kills her mom, and that's when it finally hits her, and she cracks, and she's like, "Now this isn't like I don't know if I'm this person." And slowly throughout the story, it's really a story about her. It's her going from the side of evil to the side of good, from the darkest evil to the greatest good.
Think Blofeld will go kill this woman, and she has a hard time doing it because it's her mother. Then Blofeld, I don't know, takes the gun from her and shoots her or whatever.
That
and then
works.
goes, okay, like, you want to prove your loyalty to me? I need you to go and kill this other baby, whatever. Then she has some type of morality to her. It's not just like,
Yeah, no,
I'll
that
kill
works.
this,
That,
I'll
that-
kill this bitch.
That works better. That gets me
Yes.
to where I want to go without like going too far. I like that.
You
that
can
works.
be redeemed. There's
Yes.
no like if you're just like how they made Sylvanas just crazy and evil, and she's
It's-
like, "Oh, motherfucker, for the horde," and
that's
then they
still-
just go.
That's
now
still
she's,
different.
We need
That
to
was
have something
Sylvanas'
that she
choice. This isn't the
seems
baby's
like-
choice. She is a tool. She is a weapon. This is her job. It's not like she's choosing to kill her mom. She's doing what she's told.
She's brainwashed to that point. How can you redeem that at that point?
Same way that Bucky Barnes was redeemed through stuff
And
like just.
fucking stop with Marvel, dude.
You told me to stop with goddamn Sylvanas, so I did, and you brought her ass back up.
All right.
I refrain
So-
from making any more Sylvanas references.
They have the fight. They have a dialogue. Whatever. She tells her what's going on and whatever. He gets away. I don't know. He fucking throws a smoke bomb down and I don't know. Whatever James Bond would do.
Well, I mean,
What's after that?
all right.
Just
I
him
just gotta
trying
say,
to get information.
I can believe that these people have guns. I don't believe they have smoke bombs. Unless he MacGyvered
Man,
one. Like
he's
Matt
James
wants to
Bond.
do.
He MacGyvered one. What? I don't know, dude.
He throws
So,
a
like-
he throws a snowball down and it disperses and he
He
runs
turns
out.
into a bat and flies away, which she never reuses again. Sylvanas did that. Anyway, she did that whenever Anduin and all them confronted her.
Baby powder bombs, talcum powder.
She's bansheed off before. She did it in the
Yeah,
fight
exactly.
with
Why did she
with
just do it when Anduin had a sword to her neck?
She did it with
Just
what's-
Banshee away.
she did that with Tyrande.
It's like speed running in the beginning of Phantom Menace. They never do it again. It's like it felt like you could use that. That's a thing you could do. And it's like we could run real fast, and then just like anyway. So what happens after the fight?
So
he just
he's able
tries
to
to find them.
he gets free. And this doesn't have to be like full detail of the story. This is just laying down a basic plot idea. So we can't
There's
skip
no
more
Q,
things. than we're
there's no
doing.
M. There's no double O. There's no. Maybe he finds his dad.
Yes, that's
what
what
I'm saying.
that's
Maybe
what
the
I'm trying to get us to.
organization-
All right, so
Maybe
he
the
finds
organization that
he finds one of the most secret service
To be
agents
fair,
to ever exist.
Matt
somehow.
was finally trying to say something. What was that, Matt?
Finally,
What was
I've
it,
been
Matt?
trying to say shit this whole time.
You are a fucking liar.
I need to turn. I'll turn
Matt,
myself up.
Matt, you got to do me a favor, man. You got to get into the middle of your frame, dude. I don't know if your
No, he's
camera
way
moves
off to
or
the
you-
right. I like that he's not even at all on camera.
Am I not in frame? There.
A little bit
No.
more. I've tried to say something multiple times, but I feel weird in the middle of the Matt move. Matt
No,
move.
you gotta tell me so I know.
I know you're
So
right.
that-
You're right. I tried to, but I mean, it didn't get through.
I mean, maybe the attack after the attack, the organization that Bond works for, comes in contacts with Dean.
MI6.
So, like, huh?
MI6 gets in
MI6, yeah.
touch with a 1-year-old.
Well, they gotta figure out
I
why
mean,
the
he's-
fucking KGB attacked this random settlement in the mountains.
But it
I like how
because there's
I like
a
how
random
mad
settlement in
Matt
the
got
mountains.
about that. Matt's like, you're
I know,
challenging my
like,
ideas. You sack of
Why
shit.
would they challenge? That doesn't make any sense. That's like they know everything that ever happened. It doesn't make any sense. If these two random farmers got murdered or whatever in the mountains, why would they care about that?
Because they follow KGB activities.
How? They leave some fucking borscht and vodka behind? What are you talking about? It
It's
followed
a spy
KGB
movie.
activities.
Why would they not?
All right,
How
well,
would
you
it- how
try,
would it
guys.
not
Figure this out. I'm
You
gonna go
don't
take a
just
piss.
get
How
every
would it not
murder
exist?
like it's a
I'll turn
thing.
myself up louder. How would they not?
They don't investigate every. It doesn't make any sense. I think he should seek out James Bond, having the knowledge now that he is James Bond's son.
How would a 1-year-old figure that out?
Oh, he can't. How's the 1-year-old walk and talk and shoot guns?
How would he? I don't know.
The super serum. He's
if he
smart. He's smart. He wants respect.
If he could, if he could do that, how come the MI6 couldn't figure out that the KGB entered some American soil?
I got it.
What you're talking about is some horse shit like Minority Report style.
I know what we should do.
Future.
I got it.
Patriot.
I know what happens. You guys ready? So, in all these Bond movies, the villain always gives away everything that happened right before they kill them, and then they get away, right?
Yeah, that's what she would do to him. Yeah,
exactly. That's what she, right before she thinks she's about to kill him, she says, you know, you're my brother, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. She gives all that information.
Some quick, cool line, like, I don't know, cool party, I don't know, whatever, some bullshit, because he's James Bond. He says quitty things, and then he gets away.
So here's what happens. She says all this, and he's like, I guess that makes me Bond. Baby Bond. And then another title sequence happens.
Another one, like where he's walking, and then they shoot the thing, and he turns and shoots at the camera.
That's when he really becomes Baby Bond.
We're like 20 minutes in this movie. That's pretty long length to go to get to the title sequence.
Well, no, we already had one. This is the second title sequence.
I like that.
Maybe they call 911 after the attack. I don't know.
I thought did we not just come up with an idea?
You like how Tommy came up with an idea that makes sense, and your idea was somehow MI6 knows these two people were killed, and they know it was secret agents.
He just said they call 911.
Do you know how MI6?
I don't think it was even
James Bond kills someone, and like no one knows that it was James Bond that did it. That's kind of the point of like the KGB too.
Then why does he have a license to kill?
Because he's James Bond.
I know, but why would he need a license? If
Again, you asked me a question that's not pertinent to anything we were just talking about. You asked me a question about.
Does that license extend to your children?
He just has a license to kill. It means he can kill somebody if he needs to.
Okay, then that means that Dean Bond, after this situation occurs, he has to now go and get his license to kill. The first way to
DMV.
The first thing he has to do that is he has to find his father.
You don't have to have the license to kill. Bond goes rogue all the fucking time.
Hey man, that was a joke.
It was pretty good.
I don't think
he made a joke with the DMV line.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I liked it.
Matt looked at us with his hair.
All right, moving on. So we finally got him. We finally got him off this mountaintop. He escapes and he doesn't know what's going on. He just knows he's a super baby. Hell, he doesn't even know that. He doesn't have any reference to babies.
He knows he's James Bond's son, so he's got to find James Bond. Don't know how. Was he Google James Bond? Oh, what the fuck? How does he find out? That's the thing we got to figure out.
He's smart. He gets on a computer and he hacks it.
He's smart.
He hacks the database to find out where James Bond is. And he gets on
that. Yeah,
he gets on his
data. That's how movies work. They're like, I'm hacking the database, and it's like click, and they just do it or whatever.
And it's
MI6,
and it's a baby, so like they're like, what? And
so there's a virus. They're hacking us in real time or whatever the fuck.
And so he gets there and he's like, "Are you James Bond?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm Dean Bond." He's like, "James Dean." He's like, "Good joke, son. Get in here."
He's like, "I like what you did there. Get on in here." I don't know. We have to find somehow how they meet. We have to figure that out.
I mean, that's the best idea I have. He hacks into some American. Or is it whatever?
He hacks into whatever. He finds out that James Bond lives wherever. And he goes to James Bond's house and gets in, and he's just there at his house. And like James Bond comes home at his apartment or whatever, and he's like, you know, he's taking his cufflinks off. I don't know, whatever people do. And he turns around and he like points a gun at him, and he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Bond, Dean Bond."
I would like the line "Baby Bond," just so because Dean Bond doesn't mean anything to him. I guess
his name's Dean.
I know, but it's Baby Bond.
And he's like, Dean Bond. He like puts the gun down. You know what I mean?
He's like, but my name's Bond.
But I'm Bond. And he'll go, "Do you know?" And we'll go with, what was the woman's name we came up with? Sharon
Eve.
Cox.
Is that what we're going with?
Sharon Cox.
So that means Eve's name should be Eve Cox, which means we need to make her first name something a little bit better than Eve.
Well, usually you take the man's last name.
Oh, no, yeah, her name's Evo Cox. But James isn't a part of her life.
Evil Cox.
Yeah.
So again,
Or
we'll
what is
stay
that
where
guy's
we're
name?
at right
Blowfish
now.
or something? Blowfish?
Blofeld.
Evil Blofeld?
His name's
That's
not
her name.
Evil. It's Ernst.
No, that's her name. Her name is Eve L.
There was a
Blowfield.
person called Dr. Evil. Is that what you're thinking about, Austin?
No, we. God damn it, dude! Like I swear, me and you talked, we interacted, we said things, and you. I know you heard me.
Ernst Blofeld
Yes.
is modeled after.
Yes.
Like Dr. Evil was modeled after.
Okay, that's
Ernst
not what I'm
Blofeld.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking.
I know,
about
but I'm just saying you don't know that, so you kind of know how Ernst Blofeld is.
Gotcha. He's like, I want to.
He doesn't do this and say I want $1 million. Yeah, we both. Anyway,
so
he goes Dean Bond, Dean, whatever.
No, I'm
and
just
then he
saying.
goes,
The daughter's name is Eve L. Blowfield. That's her name.
why does that matter?
I don't know because I was making jokes
We're
about
going
her
to
name
the
being
point.
Bond, and you're like, that's not her name, and I'm like, well, this is
We're
her
going
name.
to the part where they meet. James Bond and Dean Bond meet.
Yes.
So they meet. He goes Bond, Dean Bond. I don't know how he would know to say it that way, but he did. It was very good, and we all get it. He winks at the camera, and then he goes Bond, and he goes, "Do you know Sharon Cox?" He's like, "I remember Sharon Cox," and he goes,
And then
"That's
he
my
goes,
mother."
He goes, all of us
And
know
you're
Sharon.
my
Cox.
father.
He goes, all of us know Sharon Cox, and he high fives everybody.
Yeah, he high fives everyone in the room, and he goes after they all leave. He's like, "And you're my father," and then they, I don't know, hug each other. I don't know.
Title sequence 3. He goes,
Like father, like
and now,
son.
and now they're both in the frame of the gun hole.
Yes. So we'll go with that. And then what? They work together to take down Blofeld. I like it. Let's end it. Roll credits.
Yeah. At the end, the
And the
final
girl's redeemed.
Dean goes
the
after
final-
Eve,
the final
and
scene-
Bond goes after Blofeld.
Yeah, exactly. Dean beats her somehow with the training from his father because that's the part she was always missing, and he's able to defeat her and be like, "Look, you're my sister. I don't want to kill you." She's like, "I didn't want to kill my mother either. I don't want to kill you." And then they're family then, and then they're able to defeat Blofeld because family.
Family.
And they drive away in a fucking Dodge Charger.
In their souped up ricer up Honda Civic. Family.
Is that it? Did we do it?
Family. Yep, we did it.
We got that done.
Yeah, I
in
like that.
hour-
Bond
almost
goes rogue again by not allowing his daughter to go to jail.
It really feels like the meat and potatoes of this story, like the middle and end, like really seems like it was it wrote itself almost. You know,
Hey,
It did,
dude,
it did.
the sequel
Just
when
really
we
did,
have
getting this
Jane
shit
and
going.
Eve.
So what is this
There
movie
you
called?
go.
Is it James Bond, Father Like Son, Baby Bond, Father
It's
Like
not
Son?
it's not called James Bond from Russia with Love. The movie is called From Russia with Love. So it would be called Like Father Like Son, and you have the guy on the poster, and they understand.
Who's
They
the
know
guy?
James, again, there's 26 movies.
Is that Dean?
Dean, and you'll have James Bond in the background. Whatever you want to do, I don't care, dude.
How about
We'll
the
figure it
babies?
out.
The baby is Sean Connery, and the dad is Pierce Brosnan.
That works. But
No,
Pierce
he's-
Brosnan was one of the worst. He's from one of the worst Bonds.
What was that, Matt?
Brosnan's probably the worst. He's probably the worst one.
You
Whatever.
said that about Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig is one of the worst ones. He's like middle.
Pierce Brosnan's the only one I remember, so I don't really have a point of reference. I always heard
Sean Connery's the best one. Then Timothy Dalton. Then maybe Daniel Craig. Then Pierce Brosnan. Then Roger Moore. And I would probably slot George Lazenby somewhere up at the top. But he only did one.
Isn't Idris Elba supposed to be the new Bond?
I would like
th-
Idris Elba to be Bond.
That would
yeah.
be good.
I would really like him. I really wanted Clive Owen to be Bond, but he's
Clive-
too old now at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was in a movie called Groupier. Oh, he's in a bunch of movies, but he's in Groupier, which is like he kind of played this agent guy. I wish he'd have been James Bond. I think he'd been really good at it.
All right, I'm going to switch over to the TRC screen so we can go through this list real quick. There, buddy. You guys can't see it, but I can. Got James Bond actors ranked. I'll go through them, and Devin, you tell us if you agree or disagree. Number 6 is going to be Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I think Roger Moore's worse, but yeah.
Now I'm going to give you number 5, and I'm probably going to say his name wrong. You correct me. George Lazenby.
Bullshit. George Lazenby was very good. You gotta understand, he did the action shit way better than the other ones because he was a stuntman. It was his first movie, so I'm sorry he wasn't perfect in terms of acting. He was no Sean Connery. Maybe he wasn't quite as charming, but he was fantastic. I think he's more in the middle of the pack.
Well, here's what they say. They say, first of all, Lazenby is Australian, which is a little weird for Bond, but his turn on...
Sean Connery's Welsh. He's not even like
Scottish.
English. The only English Bond I think was Brosnan and maybe
His-
Craig now.
his turn as 007 in 1969's On Her Majesty's Secret Service is one of the better Bond films of the 60s.
Amazing.
That's unexpected because Lazenby was a model and commercial actor before taking the part. It's a shame Lazenby quit after his first shot at it.
He did. He should have did more. If he did 2 or 3 movies, he'd have been considered one of the best ones.
So do you
the fact
think
that he did 1?
So do you think that you thinking he's great is just because he was in the best movie, or do you really think he performed the best?
He was a good Bond. He was great, dude. At the end, like there's a scene where like he spoiler alert, he gets married and his wife gets killed, and like he's very like he has an emotional scene where you see more James Bond more than just like, hey, shaken not stirred, ooh, like you see him more than just his campy or like this secret agent. I like him a lot as James Bond. I thought he was really good.
Gotcha. Okay, so number 4. Who'd you say the worst ones were?
Brosnan and Moore.
Okay, who'd you say the best?
Timothy Dalton might be my number 2.
All right, number 4, Timothy Dalton.
Dalton was very good. He only did 2 movies though, but he was really good. I liked him a lot.
Dalton was in 2 Bond films in the 80s and quit after a legal issue halted production for several years. His task in those movies was nearly impossible to bring the character more in line with Fleming's vision of Bond as a grittier.
He was the most
Fleming-like
of any of the James Bonds. He was more to the book than any of them.
But not alienate
Sorry,
the
his
fans.
fucking one-liners weren't perfect, but he was very good. He did the action good. He was believable. He was just more serious. After Roger Moore was literally in clown makeup in one of them because he was a clown. And he was goofy, and it was there was literally a part in one of the movies where a bird does a double take. The bird goes and double takes. That's Roger Moore's James Bonds. They were terrible.
All right, so will they continue? Will they say Bond was grittier, more serious character, but not alienate the fans who spent more than a decade watching Roger Moore inhabit the part? This being the 80s, he also toned down the sex appeal to Bond, which is in sharp relief when compared to Connery, Moore, and Brosnan after him. When you look at his 2 movies divorced of the broader context, you see where the franchise would shift 2 decades later. Standout film, The Living Daylights.
It was a great movie.
All right, number 3. Let's see if you agree with this one.
Go ahead.
Number 3 is Sean Connery.
Oh my god, dude. Who the fuck would put Sean Connery? Which means they put Craig above Sean Connery. Who would do that?
You guessed number 2.
It's funny because Sean Connery's the best one. And people want to be like, no, it's because everyone thinks he's the best one. But he is the best one. Objectively, he's the absolute best James Bond.
Well,
it's not even close.
What it says here is he created the mold for Bond. And for many fans,
he
will always
is
be
James Bond.
He will be the quintessential 007. What Connery gave Bond more than anything else was the cool factor. He was suave and quick with the dry one-liner.
He's a charming motherfucker, man. He's the most charming person. And then he can be cold-blooded. He can snap your neck and then go back, put his cufflinks back on, and go bang some broad. Sean Connery, he was incredible, man. He is James Bond. There is no like he played James Bond. Sean Connery is James Bond. It's not even close.
It goes on to say, it just so happens that I like conch chowder, which Connery purrs in Thunderball, will forever be my favorite Bond line. It's the aspect of the character that makes the Connery films rewatchable all these years later. Standout film, Goldfinger and Thunderball.
Yep.
Number 2, Daniel
From Russia
Craig.
With Love, too. From Russia With Love, if you watch Dr. No, first one, it's a slog. It's 1962, and you watch From Russia With Love when they have a fight on the train scene, which they kind of sort of redid in Spectre, or whatever one he fought Batista in, Daniel Craig. The train fight scene was one of the most. It's an act, and they figured out how to make these action movies during From Russia With Love, and it was fantastic.
It's kind of amazing because I've known you my whole life, and I've never known you were a Bond fan, and apparently you've seen them all.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
So number 2, Daniel Craig, the James Bond character as Ian Fleming and subsequent authors after Fleming imagine him is gritty, sometimes hard-nosed spy who was orphaned as a child but still given a posh education.
I think if you put him in the older movies, I don't think he's that good. I think movie making is so much better now, and it's much more watchable. Casino Royale is great. It's fantastic. And so is Skyfall. That's great. Spectre sucks. Quantum of Solace is terrible. It's a terrible movie.
Just off of what little bit I know, like from not really watching the movies, he does seem more like a serious, grittier Bond versus Sean Connery, who does give off that more sex appeal, suave, kind of like, but you like said, snap your neck at any moment kind of character. Like, again, I've never watched the movies, but Connery, from what I've seen as just a person that knows about it in popular culture, Connery does seem like more the quintessential Bond, whereas Daniel Craig seems more like just like an assassin.
Yep, I agree, 100%. Daniel Craig, he's middle of the pack. This means Roger Moore's number one, and it's wrong, dude. Roger Moore, he's the worst one. I'm sorry, like I've seen him all, and he's the absolute
I
fucking
cannot
worst
believe you know this much about Bond.
I know,
He's
it's
the worst one.
blowing my mind. So it says Craig embodies this version of the character fully. His turn in Casino Royale revived a tired franchise and will leave it in good stead for whomever
Casino Royale was
assumes the
really
role
good.
next. So finally to the last one, we got Roger Moore. Now, his portrayal of Bond was the furthest from Fleming's vision, which is why, despite a few shortfalls...
Look at that. He wasn't anything like the fucking books, but he's our number one. He was nothing like what Bond's supposed to be, but he's the best one.
It literally says the furthest from Fleming's vision, which is why, despite a few shortfalls, his is the best version of the role.
At the end of the movies, he was like 97 years old in the last one, banging some 20-something-year-old. Like, he was way too old to be James Bond in the last one.
It literally says he's the one that was the least like the guy envisioned him. That's why he's the best. That's literally what it's saying.
What?
Makes sense.
It says his portrayal of Bond was the furthest from Fleming's vision, which is why, despite a few shortfalls, his is the best version of the role. Literally says.
How does that make any sense?
Yeah, it doesn't. Moore brought a lightness and even absurdity to the movies. In Octopussy, he diffuses the bomb while dressed as a clown.
He was literally in clown makeup.
It was perfect for the 1970s. He was also
There's a Bengal tiger about to kill him, and he goes, "Sit." I swear to God, he goes, "Kitty, sit." Whatever. It's terrible, dude. It's terrible. He's
Pussy. Shit.
Yeah, well, that would be what Sean Connery would do, and that cat would sit down.
Do that one more time for me, Devin. Do the pussy sit.
He goes, "Sit." I'm telling you, that's what he does.
And then so it says he was also the longest living Bond, having taken over the role in 1973, playing the part until 1985. But the early 80s, he is probably too old and out of shape to play Bond. But even so, his stewardship of the part helped turn the franchise into a juggernaut, which it's known for today. Yeah, it really sounds like they're saying nothing but bad things about him, but then saying he's the best.
What? He's the best. Hey, boy, you know what's really cool? Subverting expectations, man. Let's subvert them. Wasn't that cool? Not really.
Standout film.
It's just like, if you just make a good movie. People want to do this stuff, and it's like, if you write a good character, and it's a good movie, people will like it, and they'll enjoy it. It doesn't matter what the character is. Man, woman, black, white. As long as you make a good story that people are interested in, they'll enjoy it, man. And it's, ugh. We got to subvert those expectations.
I'll just do another quick fire read of another ranking list, one that actually is higher up than that one. I just had searched it improperly. So real quick, number 8, Timothy Dalton. Number 7, David Niven.
He was in like the very first one. How do you put Niven above Dalton? What are you talking about? I bet they're going to have fucking Craig up there like number 1. Go ahead.
George Lazenby at number 6. Lazenby. I got it right the first time. Messed it up that time. Barry Nelson as number 5.
He was in like the TV one. How do you put Nelson above Timothy Dalton? He was in like the joke one. Or Niven was the joke one. Barry Nelson was in the original like TV one. David Niven was in a joke one. A goofy, the Austin Powers type one.
Number 4, Roger Moore.
Okay.
Number 3, Pierce Brosnan.
Why? Brosnan was he was boring and terrible.
I think you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this list better because number 2 was Daniel Craig, which means number 1 is Sean Connery.
Well, I just don't like what justification would this person have Daniel Craig at number 2 and Dalton at 8?
I feel like a lot of these lists, like they like the people they like is one side of Bond and like the kind of like the humorous version of Bond, and then they like the serious version of Bond. But the middle of the pack is always Sean Connery. It seems like
some people like how silly they get. Like if you watch Moonraker, which is a more one, there's little space battles. They're like in space suits, like shooting lasers and stuff.
I think. Let me see. Yep, that's the Roger Moore one that they show the image of here. Is him.
People like that it gets silly, which I mean, it's fun to watch sometimes, but it's just like, oh, God, it's a slog to get through. Like well, Moonraker had Jaws, which is he was a great villain. Sometimes your villain makes all the difference. Like I don't think like Christoph Waltz was a shitty Blofeld. Spectre was terrible. I didn't really like it at all. And one of the things about Honor Majesty's Secret Service that makes that movie so good was the Bond girl was more than just a girl he was just banging. Like she was smart and strong, and like they got married, and she wasn't helpless. She was great.
Yeah. Well, cool. I think we covered the Bond story. I think we did a good version of if Bond had a kid. I think we kept it. I think we kept the Bond.
Movie.
It's like every story that we do here usually. Like it starts off like kind of shaky and being over the top, but then throughout the process we kind of get it somewhere that actually makes sense. And
That's something that could be done if we did it for real. Like the kid was like 18 or 19 years old. You could do that, I think, and have it be like I'm your dad and shit. Like I think people would like that, man. I think that would be a really good movie.
Yeah, if you could have like the son of Bond or something like that, it'd be good. Like
old Bond,
like
old
son.
Yeah.
I think and I think it would definitely work to get current audiences into it. Like you said, do it where they're more like 16, 17, and just bring it into a new audience and stuff like that, and totally I'm surprised they haven't done this yet. Honestly,
we nailed it. Let's call them up. Yeah. They owe us some money. That we got this July 10th, 2021. When they come out with it, we'll sue the balls off, man.
Yeah.
All right.
We did it first.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. I want to thank Devin for being here and being a part of the show. As always, anytime we ask him to come here, he's sees to make sure he's available. So thank you so much for being here. I'd like to thank Matt, who is my co-host and best friend. Couldn't do this without him. I always need somebody to tell me I'm doing good.
You're doing good. You're good.
Thanks, man.
You're good.
So thank you, everybody who's coming in to watch the show. We'll make sure to check links in the description to our social medias. We got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, our Facebook group, our Discord. To go into our Discord, we're trying to set things up on our Discord so we can bring callers in so you can talk with us live on our stream as well. I have plans of editing these videos and then putting them out and making them a little bit cleaner. Not going to be on this episode, so hopefully by the end of this season, still a lot of changes I'm wanting to do. Hopefully we can get those fixed up and set up. But until then, I'd like to thank you guys for coming and checking us out. This has been The Rough Craft, the show dedicated to
Tell them what we're doing next week, Tommy. What are we doing next week? I don't fucking know. What are we doing next week? We barely got this episode figured out. What are we doing next week? Oh, we finally got to do that charity stream? No, I hadn't ordered any more Reapers. I
got some right here. I don't know.
I can see if I can see if anyone wants to do it. Take a shot. But if not,
I'd say take your shot would be fun, or a beer with buds.
Beers.
Hey, you're like tell them what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do. We haven't planned that far ahead, man. This is like a weekly thing. That's something we're trying to work on. We're trying to plan these things out a bit. I say we, but no, we're not. I just want you to think we are. Yeah, we're trying to plan these things out a little bit better, for real. That's my goal, but
for real.
We'll see how it goes in a few days. So, we'll just whatever we do next week. That's what we'll do next week.
I'll see if Brian wants to come back on. We hadn't had Brian back on in a bit.
Yeah, we only had him once, so yeah, maybe we can do that. But all right, so thank you guys for coming to being part of the stream. I guess as always, anything we got to plug, anything I'm missing. Check out our Discord. I really want you guys to come and join our Discord. We've revamped it. Want people to come there. I got some changes I'm still wanting to make to the stream, and I want people to come in. I want people to be able to come in and talk with us while we're doing these streams. I want to be able to make these better videos to actually put up as a YouTube video, edit them, and fix them and stuff like that. I'm not going to be able to do it with this video, primarily because I forgot to hit fucking record at the beginning of it. I meant to tell Matt to remind me. Yeah, because I forgot to tell him to do that. He didn't record it. And I'm not going to download it from YouTube and then re-upload it to YouTube because then the quality's fucking terrible. So that's where we are right now.
If you're a writer and want people to read over your scripts and you're willing to read other people's scripts, come check out the Writers Accord. Join our Discord on the Roughcraft and then message me. And then I will invite you to that Discord with me, Logan, and Neil. Two people who have been on the show. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then we can read over your manuscript and give you some tips and tricks. Chips and tips. Thanks.
Yeah, so join the writers, join our Discord. We'll get you in the writers Discord. We might talk to Logan, get a link put in for the writers Discord on here. And yeah, so just thank you guys for coming checking us out. It's been the Rough Craft, new stories, new beers. Hope you guys had a great time. I hope you guys come again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that sort of shit. And we'll talk to you guys again at a later date and time. Thank you.